Welcome back to another video where we explore ChatGPT and Code Interpreter. Today we are going to build machine learning models to predict the Bitcoin price. There are so many ways to use machine learning, and I just realized that ChatGPT or GPT-4 and Code Interpreter knows how to train machine learning models, which is pretty amazing. Yeah, we're gonna play around with other use cases in other videos, but for this one we'll just try to predict the price of Bitcoin, and we'll see how well it does. I haven't tried this before, but we are going to give it a go. So to do that we need to go into trading view. Oh. And for the first step we are going to export all of the data from TradingView, and that includes the volume and the price. We will then upload that here. Since there's so many different kinds of machine learning models it knows how to train, I think it would be interesting if we asked it to train one of each and then have them all guess the price next to each other. So I guess we'll make it predict it, and then we'll do a back test. So let's try this. Make one of each model that you know and predict the next day price of Bitcoin. I want to back test the result and compare them with each other. In the results I need net profit from strategy versus buy and hold. This is what we're trying to beat from each model. Also plot the model's performance, models trading performance in a graph. Let's see what it does. Alright, we'll process the data, do some feature engineering, model training, predicting and backtesting, and performance comparisons. Great. So we are processing the data. I think it looks through what the data set looks like. It's probably going to give us the column names. We got the timestamp in there. We have the open, high, low, close, and volume. Oh yeah, so it now converts the time to a date. And now it will do some, I guess, feature engineering. We'll create relevant features that might help in the prediction. Alright, it's just grabbing the previous close. These are just things that it wants to take into account when it's trying to guess the price of the next day. I guess to do something else. We'll see. Alright, so now it chose to do the linear regression, decision tree regressor, random forest regressor, radiant boosting regressor, support vector regressor. So it's created them, and has it trained them already? Okay, so now it's making the rules for what, like if it predicts a higher price the next day, it will buy, and if it's predicting a lower, it will sell. And here is how all of these models performed, and now we'll plot the results. And this is, it looks like the decision tree based strategy seems to have performed the best. It yielded a profit of 1,382, but it's weird that the buy and hold comes in as 0, because we'll ask about that. Okay. Let's do this. Let's say we start with 1,000 USD. Okay, so it, for some reason, thought we were starting with 0. Yeah. Let's see how it becomes when we are, because I don't know what to do with these graphs here. It looks messy. One metric to, okay, so they all lost money, I guess. We're comparing to the initial balance. Yeah, but is the back testing done for 1 year? What else? Okay, the initial balance was $1,000, and so I guess it's like 13% then. So plot the the percent net profit. What else do we need? We need to know if the strategy works or not. I mean, it's trained to guess the next day's price movement. So another KPI here would be, if we wanted to improve something, the rate at which it guesses are right. Let's try this. Also, let me know for each model how many of time its guesses were right in the direction, up or down. That's what we need. Like, we need, if we're gonna use this in the future, we want a model that says that we can retrain every day with updated data set, and we're gonna say, is it a buy tomorrow or is it a sell? And we want the success rate to be above like 60 to 70% if we wanna gamble with it, because otherwise it's not worth it. The current backtesting duration, okay, is from March 19. I wanted a year. Let's see if it can do that for me. All right, so now we have some better results here. We have linear regression, 0.7%, decision tree, 12%, random forest, 6%, gradient boosting, 11%, and support vector regression, 7%, on a 1 year period. Also, compared to buy and hold. So then we have the direction accuracy, which is quite bad for all of them, which is surprising. Of all the days it guessed, the linear regression was 10%, decision tree was 23%, 8%, 15, 8. We need at least over 60 to be able to trust it. The buy and hold strategy was 7%. So, I mean, the decision tree, even though it's the rate of which it was right or wrong was low, the times when it was right, it got huge gains, apparently, because we beat the buy and hold with almost twice as much. Prove the results for the models. I guess what we want to do is that we want to combine all of these models because they are all guessing in different ways, and I think a combined answer is more reliable than an individual one. I would also like to add more, we'll see if we'll do that, more data that is external, because all of these like features that it's engineering, these are like indicators that are calculated from the price. But if we, for example, we could move to VIX. Oh yeah, that's the, so this would be like the volatility index of the whole market. That would capture some kind of macro indicator that is outside of Bitcoin. Also, if we did S&P 500, we could try to include this as well, because this gives an indicator of Bitcoin's beta or alpha. Let's do that soon, but I don't want to mess it up, because sometimes when you send too much data, it needs to organize the data again, and then it just gets lost. So we want to get to a point here where we can at least guess the price of tomorrow, and then we'll see if it's right tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do the hyperparameter tuning. Okay, let's just make it, let it do its thing, and we'll see what the result will be. So now it's doing something with all of these models. I'm not sure of how specifically every model works, but it's a different, basically a different way of guessing or learning in a data set. So they all have different ways of guessing the price for. It took longer than, so it timed out. I think these models are all trained on OpenAI's computers, and they have like these safety things where you can't run them too heavy, because then they're gonna time out, because it's gonna be too expensive for them to do. This is pretty crazy that we can do it for free at all. So I asked it, it asked me if I wanted to skip that one, and like it could make the I guess this is making the data set a little bit smaller that it trains on, but let's not do that. And then here we go. And now it actually dropped the last one, which is weird. Okay. Accuracy 2%. That sucks. All right. Improve them and plot that on a graph. The net profit has improved slightly, however, the directional accuracy remains relatively low, 2%, indicating that predicting the exact direction of Bitcoin's price movement on a daily basis remains challenging. But I mean, that is extremely low, so it can't be real. It now gives me these bars, but I want to see how they performed over time. Bitcoin price was like this, buy and hold. They're all not correct. They all look weird. Fix this now. Okay, I apologize for the oversight. Let's correct the backtesting visualization. I'm thinking, is it the backtesting or the visualization that is wrong? To generate a more accurate representation, we'll simulate trading over the 1 year testing data using the following rules. Yes, and it now gives these rules that it's going to use to determine if it's going to buy or sell. I think, yeah, and then we'll see how they perform next to each other. After that, we will, all right. We got this flat line again. Something is wrong. Let's see. Saskit, and I will just fast forward this until we have solved it. Let's give it free hands. Okay, do what you know will yield the best results for our strategies. Don't use the LSTM. I tried this before, and this is like a deep learning neural network thing that is trying to, you don't have TensorFlow. It's trying to use that, and it's a more advanced machine learning model, but it doesn't have access to TensorFlow, so it can't do it. All right, we're now going to try some things to improve this, and we'll see plot the results after, and hopefully this will have solved it. And now it's saying that it has access to other ones like Arima, Prophet. Okay, after simplifying the features, we have more diverse set of predictions. We'll now test how well if that was correct or not. I will still have this one. Test the Arima and Prophet thing then. We'll do it on these more little. Apparently they are more advanced machine learning models. Wow, cool. Now it's giving us these graphs with they look advanced. Let's see what the result is. Oh, here we go. It solved something, but now everything is flat. Okay, then tell me what the price will be tomorrow for all the models we tested. We now want to actually try to guess the price of tomorrow. I guess this that's gonna be the day when this is uploaded, so we'll see who's correct or not. Let's see. Okay, so here we have the different guesses. And the Fed. What does the prophet say? Let's see. So it's having a struggle. It's struggling with visualizing the results here, but apparently it is. I mean, its guessing is quite accurate. Let's see what it's at now. Bitcoin. I guess we'll just keep on running this experiment until we run out of credits for this one, and then we will stop. But we have our first guess here. So the price right now is 29,390, and these ones, I guess it's predicting the closing price of tomorrow. Okay, it can't generate the forecast using Prophet, but it shows us how we can install it ourselves and run it on our own machine. I'm gonna do this with both the advanced models. So with the deep learning model as well. That is something that I will try out, but not now. So we have these results here. The prices for the models don't match the graph. Why? Okay, so here we have the different price predictions. It's quite close to the actual. But I mean, it's never spot on, and it's usually, the trend here is like all of them are a bit lower than the actual price. Okay, what happens if we do an average of them all? Will this smooth things out? And also, they're not all plotted here. The yellow one is not plotted, the Arima one. It's only these two, and I think there was a fourth one, right? Yeah. No, it was just 3 ones. Okay, this is the last thing we're gonna do, because I really want a representation since it started. I wanted to show like over time how it performed. And maybe by having it plotting all the trades made, it will do it more accurately, but we'll see. After this, I will introduce more data. So we'll go ahead and export a VIX. And the S&P. Anyway, cool. I will now introduce more data from macro, and we will make 3 more predictions. Here we go. S&P, and let's give it Wix as well. It really sucks that it didn't like the results from how much it was accurate versus not was just like off, so I don't trust it. And that's a real pity, because that's what we need for it to be able to like make intelligent decisions to improve itself. All right. we now uploaded the SMP and the VIX. Let's see, it's doing this again. It's going to structure the data, do all the feature engineering, and then train the model. Let's go. Let's evaluate the results, if it's good or bad. Okay, now it's gonna do an average of them all. Plot the strategy results next to buy and hold. Then tell me what the price will be tomorrow. It's not going to backtest them. Plot the strategy performances. Let's hope it does that in the right way this time. Cool. They seem to have overperformed quite well. But over here it's just straight. So I guess it hasn't done any trades then. And it pretty much followed along until here, and then it sold, and over here it's started trading again. So here we have, okay, what about the ARIMA model? It thinks it's going to be 29,600. Today it is okay, so based on these predictions, we are going up a few $100 until, so that would mean if that is correct, 2 o'clock in Sweden, we're going to 600. Let's see here. Okay, that's 0.74% up. And to be honest, I think this looks quite reasonable prediction. So I like the new one when we included the VIX and the ARIMA model is way off, I think. Not realistic. Alright, so I think this one is the most reasonable. I think this is the one that we're gonna be satisfied with. So now in the future, I want us to be able to recreate this model if it turns out to be correct. So we're gonna ask it to please write a prompt to yourself in the future that instructs you to build exactly this model. Okay, and we will now get the instructions to build this model in the future if it turns out to be true. All right, so here is the prompt for creating and training these models that we have done now. I will post this in the description or the alt tag of this image or video. And yeah, we'll see in about 12 hours if we've gone up to the price that these things were going to. In that case, we are going to keep doing this every day until we see how accurate it is. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.